Good morning, art buddies, and welcome to Recollage with Pink Girly. I have been so lazy, I still haven't put on a set of nails. It doesn't take that long, but I just can't decide what I want to put on, and I just haven't done it. So I have ugly nails again today. I apologize, but I'm going to be painting, so that's probably not a bad thing. I wanted to show you what I did here. This is not painting, but I wanted some dry flowers. I don't have any dried flowers. Of course, you can buy them on the internet. You can buy anything on the internet. But I have all these beautiful flowers in our garden because my husband is a freak. And so he cut for me some hydrangeas. Well, these are a variety of hydrangeas. We've got several different ones. See, here it is. Here's one oh, this one's starting to dry out. It There's so many different varieties that he has. I forget what this one's called, but see, this one's got more of a greenish look to it, and as they stay on the plant, they start to turn to this yummy pink color. Now you can hang you take off all your leaves, tie your little bundles together, hang them upside down in a cool, dark place, and they'll dry over several days. But Lori, she can't be waiting for that. So I wanted to have some dried flowers immediately. So I went online and you can do them in your microwave. So these I did in the microwave. So the head of the flower looks similar to what I just showed you. I'll show you again. See, so they all have little sprigs. Now, of course, this was a smaller flower to start with. So I just snipped those all off, and then I put them on a piece of paper toweling, which the directions online said paper roll, which I didn't know what that was. Paper roll has a different meaning to me, but I Googled, and that's a paper towel. So I put them on a paper towel. Now, I did put it on a piece of cardboard, so it was a little easier for me to pull it in and out of the microwave oven. And then I put the paper towel down, put my fresh flowers down, and then another piece of paper towel. Hey, Candy, good morning. I forgot to say Teresa's in the balcony watching, and Angie's going to the doctor over her finger. I don't know if that means a bump that's been on her hand or she's got something going on with her hand there. So she's headed to the docs. And then we've got Candy. Welcome, welcome, ladies. And then you just put it in your microwave 30 seconds at a time. Um, it says it can take anywhere from a minute, I guess, depending on the flour, anywhere from a minute to 4 minutes. Good morning, Cal. How are you? And so then they get flat and they get that dry feeling. Now, see some of these. I'll just take that off that stem. But then I should be able to use these like in a window envelope or something like that. Jersey, there's our dear Laura. Hi, my love. You looking good, Laura. I was so happy to see your cute little face pop up the other day. So I just put them in this little jar. So I haven't used them yet. I was in a big freaking hurry, but I didn't use them yet. I don't have my mojo back. I got to be honest. I'm still kind of working my way back to normal. So that's just the way it is. But I'm still watching my reels and getting inspired and things I want to try. So I saw this reel. I'm going to show you this reel. I guess I'm allowed to do that. I don't know. Hopefully. Hey, Peggy. Good morning. Let's see. She's popping in this, getting the car tuned up. Okay, kid. All right. So we'll put that little jar away. So I was reading through my stuff and I was wanting to find, I've been wanting to do like an altered book kind of a journal. So I was digging through my stuff looking for some supplies for today, and lo and behold, look what the Lord put right in front of me, a little tiny Reader's Digest. Now, I don't think this is stitched. I think this is, let's see if it has, if I can even, I got the wrong glasses on to read, 1976 maybe? So the cover doesn't look too bad. I got a little bit of something, something right there. Little sticky stick. I tried the baby wipe, but that didn't really get it off. So I'll have to deal with that. But I was wanting I've been wanting to try and paint on pages in a book for a while. And then this reel popped up. So I've been watching this gal. I subbed to her IG account. She calls herself, I put it in my description box. Sorry for that noise. She calls herself, yeah, that cover is pretty. I mean, it's kind of, just neutral, but that's good, right? That works. So this is the reel. She calls herself Art Edge, Artedge. So I'm going to watch it again. So she's got her paints there, and she's got her book pages, and then she treats them, because however she wants, and then she paints on them. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. I'm sure I will be embarrassed at some point, but I'm going to try to paint a garden on some of the pages in this book. Now, I think my book here is probably too thick to be a journal, right? But I don't think they're stitched. I think they're glued. So I think probably I will take pages out and glue pages together. But I'm just wanting to find a place to paint. So I've watched a couple of her different reels, got a couple of different ideas, and of course I'm not seeing what I really want to find. So I might start at the very beginning. I think I might put some green down here and then paint on this one. She has one where there's text up here, a space, and text down here, and she paints over the text, and it was really kind of cool. But I don't see that set up. Just, skimming through real quick. Now, I did look a little further to see if she gives any information, because to me it looked like she was using watercolor paint, but she's using gouache. So then I'm thinking, she's got a really cool palette there of gouache. Lori doesn't have a really cool palette of gouache, but what I do have, years ago when I started painting, and I was painting ceramics, and I was using acrylic paints, Duncan brand, because I took the course to be a ceramic person, with the kiln and all that jazz. So I am a certified. This is so many years ago. It's really not relevant anymore because I don't remember hardly anything. But I'm certified to be a Duncan ceramic person. Anyway. Oh yeah. You don't have earbuds with you, Peg? Oh, no earbuds. I should type that in there. So at the time when I was doing my ceramics, this Jo Sonja's paint was a very big thing, and I thought I was hot stuff because I was buying tubes of this Jo Sonja's paints, thinking it was acrylic. It's like a year or two ago, I'm looking at my old paints and stuff, and I noticed it says gouache. I had no idea this was gouache. So I know Gail has told me in the past that gouache is really not watercolor. So I looked it up today and it says gouache, closely related to watercolors, but has more pigment. It also has a chalk or a calcium carbonate added to it that makes it flat and opaque. Although I think it can be reconstituted, like your acrylic paints. Once it dries, you pick it off, and do whatever you want with it. But so I don't really have much experience. I used to paint this on ceramics. Who knew? I'm just, girls, what can I tell you? So I have a bunch of colors here that I have not looked at in years. Some of them are probably, oh, wait, Peggy, I have my keyboard here. I can answer Peggy. Oh, yeah, yeah. Candy would know. Candy's an art person. It can be reconstituted. Okay, maybe that'll help Peggy. So I just thought I would pull some of these out. Now, why some of them I have two of them, I have no clue. Okay, this is both light yellow, cad yellow, and this one's cadmium orange. I'm going to need some green. I'm not sure. There's a brilliant. I don't know what shape these are in. Here's some burgundy. Just going to pull out what I think. Nimbus cloud. I'm just not sure about that. Pine green. That might be a good one. Smoked pearl. Plum pink. Now this looks like it might have a little bit of a shimmer to it. Now recently I was in a Five Below. I was trying to set my 95-year-old neighbor up with some paints. She's really kind of chair bound, she stays in her recliner all day long. But she's been watching Bob Ross and she's been wanting to get back into painting a little. Oh, here's a teal green. So I was trying to come up with something that I thought would help her be able to paint on her lap. There's another smoked pearl. I don't know why I have, and not be too messy where everything was kind of confined to what she could use on her lap. And so I thought watercolor. Oh, there's a green oxide, I think. So a warm white, that can come in handy, I'm sure. So I got her a little set of watercolors, and I got her some watercolor brushes where you put the water in the tube. So I thought, well, she could just wipe it off on a paper towel. She doesn't have to be getting up and getting to the sink and all that jazz. Well, she blew through those watercolors because there's Gail. There's she is very heavy-handed, and she blew like she was saying, "You got any white? I need more white. You got any white?" So I was in a Five Below and I saw a small set of gouache paints in a pan, like a watercolor pan. And so I got those for her, and they've been working out pretty good for her. I might have to get myself a set. I mean, for $5, you get, I think, I don't know, 10 or 12 colors, just basic colors. But she's loving them. But of course, there's a lot more in those little pans than there are for the watercolor. So she's been having a blast with them. But she's watching Bob Ross, who uses, I believe at the time he was using oil paints. So it's a little different, but she's really heavy-handed with her paint. She's not getting the whole watercolor concept, which is fine. She's having a great time. She's keeping herself occupied. Now, some of these are probably, not so great. And I think I can add acrylic paint to these to kind of water them down. And maybe I could add water too, right, Candy? Just add some water. So I've got this little glass tray here I put out that I can use as a little palette. And I think the first thing I want to start with is trying what she's doing here, where she covers the whole back of the page and then paints flowers on top. Okay. If I had remembered to bring them, it would have been Peggy's getting her car tuned up. She's at the garage, no earbuds. Yeah, well, she had me buy her a Bob Ross book, so she's using that as a photo reference. And you know, Betty's 95, so and she's painted and done ceramics and done stuff like that her whole life. So there's no telling her, you know, she knows everything. You know how that goes, girls. So then I pulled out a couple of things here that I could use maybe as a reference because I'm better with a little bit of a reference. This is a Calendar Garden Almanac. So I just like these little twiggy, thin little needly leaves. I thought those flowers were kind of fun to maybe mimic. And just some leaves and some little daisies, little daisies. And this, I think this one is a lupine. I think that's a lupine. That might be hard for me to paint. And of course, some just little, it probably says here somewhere what these are, but I've got the wrong glasses on to be reading what these are. These just look like maybe little zinnias or something. Yeah, she even wanted a big brush where he, like, you know, I watched him years ago. He is very inspiring, but he's got a wet on wet technique, which doesn't work with, I don't think, watercolor or gouache. But she's happy. She's not had anything to do for quite a few months. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay, I think I'm going to have to sneeze. So then I have Edith Holden pages, which I didn't dig out a bunch of those. I just have this one, but I thought this might help me too as a little reference for some of this weedy garden, you know, wildflower garden type of look. So now here's my little book. And I just need to pick a page and get started. So I've got my book there. It's not too big. It's not going to stay open. So I have to decide about color. So I'm going to do, oh, let's see. I've got an oxide green, a bright green. I've got a teal green. This doesn't feel like it has much in it. And a pine green. So I want the dark on the bottom. Now these probably, see, these are in tubes, so I'm kind of trying to squish it, but I'm thinking they probably have a lot of liquid on the top. So if you have any questions, put them in caps for me. Probably don't know the answer, but if I don't, either Peggy or Gail or Candy will know. Will probably know the answer. All right, so let's just try here. I also saw where it said, you know, how long can gouache paint last? And it says it can last several years. I'm telling you, these paints have to be at least 20 years old. I don't even think they're in business anymore. Josanya, does anybody know? Let's see. Let me get my other glasses down. Let me get my glasses so I can see down. Made in Australia. Ooh. But distributed, but it's PA. I don't see a year. 205 Bucky Drive. Yeah, no idea. Anyhow, doesn't really matter. But all right, so this is the pine green. And then let's see what this teal looks like. It's just a blue green. I've been trying to squish these. Now this gal, Art Edge, she has several. If you follow her on Instagram, I didn't spend a lot of time on her Instagram. I just looked at a couple of things. Look, this is really thick. Trying to clear that little opening so I can get some of that paint out. This one. Woo. Got a lot. When this goes, it's going to blow. It's just going to be like somebody's innards are exploding. That wasn't very nice. I shouldn't say that. So how is everyone today? Is everyone doing okay? Hubs is out running some errands. Tomorrow he's got a procedure, so tomorrow will be. I don't think he has to go to the hospital. I think he has to go to like a These are Josania, Gail. Josania Artist Gouache. I think he has to go to like a like a procedure center. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like a hospital. I don't think we have to go to the hospital. But he can't drive afterwards. We're still trying to figure out what's going on with him. So still a fair amount of stress. Yeah, I'm not getting this one out. We might have to give up the ghost on this one. These are, to my knowledge, the only gouache paints that I have. You're welcome, Gail. Laura's got to go to work at 11. My gosh, I can't even. Laura, how old is Cole now? He's got to be old, right? Oh my gosh, he's got to be getting old. Well, I can add some white to that, I think. I don't want to keep fighting with it. End up cutting the tube open like Mary does. That's what I should do. All right, so let's see. That pine green, this green might be. Yeah, cut the tube open and you can rehydrate. Yeah. I have a pan here somewhere where I could really just put them in little pans. Now see, now this one was overly juicy. See, I've got that extra. It was silly. Your daughter's 27. She's in Barcelona on vacation. Wow. I guess I wouldn't mind going to Barcelona. Every time somebody says the word Barcelona, see, this is how bizarre my brain is. I think of that movie Rat Race. Cuba Gooding Jr. He's a ref. Yeah, I don't know if it was soccer, basketball, or what. He makes a bad call. And he gets in a cab. The Spanish-speaking cab driver. Boy, I got a mess now. Now I'm all sticky. Oh, that's just not. See, there's air in there, and I can't really mix it. The other ones are kind of squishable. Somewhere here I have a little thing of water. Yeah, right. She was in college, right? Was she going into nursing or something? Or Am I not remembering that? Oh, wow, Candy. Oh, there she is. Yeah, yeah. Okay, she's an ER. I thought she was going, she's telling Candy. I thought she was headed into nursing. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Let's see if I can get anything this bright green without making a kind of testing the waters here. This might have a little, maybe not. I thought maybe this had a little shimmer to it. She's a good kid. That's wonderful. Yeah, we have good kids. Our son's always got something going on, but he's basically a good kid. Conscientious and all that jazz. Our daughter, she's a teacher and she's a good kid too. Okay. She went to Rutgers and then Drexel. Oh, wow. She took after her mama. You put yourself through school, Laura. Okay. Comes from good genes. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to try just a green page. I'm a little nervous. All right. I'm going to add a little white, a little acrylic white, because it said online that I can. So I'm just going to put a drip here by that teal because that's so thick. And I'm going to see if I can. No, it's starting to come around a little. The one thing about me is when I'm trying to copy or do a technique that somebody else is doing, I really want to copy it. I want it to look really, like theirs does. And then I might try one, go off on my own and kind of do it my way. All right, so I'm going to put this little piece, it's kind of lumpy and bumpy, but I'm going to put this under. So hopefully I don't have any spillage on my next page. Now, one thing that I noticed that she's doing is that she leaves the edge of the book page not painted. So I'm going to try to do that too because I kind of like how that looks. Although it looks like she doesn't go all the way into the center. So I'm going to do that. And then on my other greens, I don't know that are going to be that terrific. That's mostly liquid, so that's not good. Does anybody have gouache paint that's here with us today? Anybody doing the gouache? See, that's really kind of, let's blend some of this other in here. Is anybody a gouacher? And I'm going to get some of this pine green here. Put that on the bottom. And I'm trying to just stay on the text area. Now that blended in a little better. That color to that color. I'm not crazy about this here. Maybe blend some of this down in here. Gail says she's only played around with gouache a bit. Laura has gouache. She bought it after being enabled by Lindsay. I forget her channel name. Oh, I don't know if I know Lindsay, unless she's the frugal artist, the frugal crafter or something. Is that her? That might be her. Frugal crafter. Old brains kicking today. All right, now I'm going to get out my heat tool and we're going to dry this. Now I have a set of brushes I have not used yet. And so I'm going to use those. So see how I like them. Right here, wide, on Streamlabs. These looked very interesting to me, and I thought they were reasonably priced. I do have them in my Amazon storefront. All right, I'm just going to sit this over here and give that a little more time to dry. They're called Grabby. Now, I do have some other brushes here that I'm probably going to. Yeah, see, can't. Dee Dee once in a while for me, but I've said this before. It's Kathy Burke and Colleen. Man, they get me. Whoo, they get me. All right, so these are called Grabby. And I have other brushes that have a handle like this, and they're very comfortable to hold. So I saw the shape of the brush, and they are a percentage off of the regular price. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There should be 12. 3, 6. Oh no. 9, 11. That seems odd to me. But they're different sizes, of course. This is 5 zeros all the way down to a number 7. So as you can see, they still have their little plastic thing on top, their little. So, hey Judy, good morning. How are you, my dear? So I thought I'd give those a go. I do have a favorite liner brush. Let me see if I have. Yeah, that's here. I'm very hard on my brushes, so I don't like to spend a lot for them because I know I'm going to abuse them. This is just a Princeton script liner 2/0 called Velvet Touch, and this has really become my favorite liner brush. And you can see it's got, I hope you can see, it's got those long hairs. That's not, doesn't work for everybody, but I happen to love it. So I've got that just in case. Now I'm probably going to use that to make a lot of the stems. And then I've got these smaller brushes, and I just want to try these out a little bit to just see how some of these, how the brush works for me. You know, sometimes I don't paint as much anymore as I used to. I think I want to put out, I've got all that green in there. You know, I've got more of these little dishes. Let's see, just grab another one. Maybe this can be my green palette. You're buying a condo, no steps. I can't do, yeah. My husband, well, I want to move. My husband doesn't. And he likes the community. I like my art community. He likes real person community. I mean, not so much. I don't, none of those folks are interested in what I'm interested in. They're interested in what he's interested in. Okay, so now when you get a new brush, in case you don't know this, it generally will have a little plastic tube on the hairs. You just want to take that off. Don't put that back on. This is trash now. And there's usually some kind of a sizing that makes that stiff. So you just want to give that a little rinse and kind of, you could wash it, but I usually just take a little bit of water and kind of give it a little massage. Your sister lives in the same building. Hey, that's cool, Candy. That's nice. All right, so I pulled out the number 3. Let's see what that does. Let's get a little bit. Let's see how this. Oh, see, this is squishable. So maybe I can. put a little bit of this gouache out. I want to see what kind of, this has got a lot of the juice too. I want to see what kind of brush strokes I can get out of this. Oh, Judy, you're going to make me cry. That is so, oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, thank you for sharing, Judy. Judy went to her 9-month cancer check yesterday, and at this point, no new tumors, so she's clear, praise God. Oh, what wonderful news. Thank you, my dear friend. Oh, thank you, thank you. That's so fabulous. I have my prayer. I haven't gotten into this yet to start putting stuff in, but you're going in there. See, and now I'm going to put an answer in there too. My little prayer scroll thingy. See, I've got all these little scrolls. I'm going to start putting stuff in there and then keeping track of the answers. Cool. Thanks, Judy, for letting us know. That's fabulous. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm going to take my number 3. I'm going to load some of this gouache on. Now, between the gouache and the new brush, I don't know what to expect. I think I need a little more water. I don't want it too runny. I'm kind of pressing and then pulling up. That's not too bad. Should be able to make a decent flower with that. Okay, so that's pretty good. That's a grabby brush. And then I'll be using this liner brush, I think. Let's get this screen back out. Now the bottom is kind of dark, so maybe this bright. I'm just going to be making all different lines to mimic grasses and those kinds of things. Hi, Dana. Good morning. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's see. So I'm going to put the rest of these brushes for now, just off to the side. Now, this is where I tend to have issues because I don't clean enough space. All right, so this is the page that we just painted. I probably could use a clip here. Let's see if I can find a binder clip, bulldog clip, whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah, here's one. How about that? A craft room miracle. Or maybe that'll hold. Oops. I clipped down my paper. I clipped down the paper. I didn't want that clipped. Okay. So I'm going to start with just making a bunch of different lines that can be my stems to kind of make hopefully like a wildflower garden. I like to go from the bottom up. You don't have to do this. This is just how my brain kind of works. I think I'll like to grab some of that white paint in there too. Now, of course, the more pressure, the wider your leaf or blade of grass is going to be. So I want some blades of grass in there too. And if you're just joining us, I'm using my old gouache. I do have a little bit of acrylic white. Yeah, it's upside down for right now. I am intending to do that right now, Kel. Thank you. And I want some of this dark in here as well. over here, I'm using this green palette that I started out with earlier. Now, the trick to using a liner brush is you really want your paint to be more of a milky consistency. And when you drag it through your paint, you kind of twirl it so you get a nice kind of point or tip on it. So I want some dark leaves in here too. Stems, I should say. Make some taller because I'm going to do, you know, some flowers up in here. Little stragglers. Now you may be comfortable going, you know, from bottom up, but I don't. I feel more comfortable going this direction. You should. You should be dancing. Dancing and singing. I'm going to be dancing and singing. That's just fabulous news. Trying to pick up some of this later. It's starting to dry a little bit there. Let's see. Huh? We're working it. We're working it. See, but I've got acrylic in there. I have some of this warm white gouache. Now, one thing you don't want to do is don't leave paint in your brush, and don't leave, especially like a liner brush like that, you don't want that down in your water jar because that will get bendy. It will get bendy and you won't like it. You won't like it. All right, let's see. Now, this is warm white. Of course, we won't have the pop that a white does, but let me see if I can get a little bit of this out. I think I will later today when you're not here cut these open and see what I have that I can store these in instead of these funky tubes. But I'm not prepared to store them. I know I have pans, but they're really little. But I also have little plastic containers. I just got to make sure I mark them so I know, you know, in another 10 years what's what. Can you see? Oh, you can kind of see, right? You can see where I'm making some progress there with. Yeah, that's really thick. That's really so thick. I really think August 18th there's a yes, I do have them, Kel. I just packed them away. Silly me. Think if I pack up my art room, my husband's going to say, "Okay, yeah, we'll move." No, it's not going to be that easy. Hey, Joyce, good morning. I tried them with watercolor, Kelly. If they weren't so great with watercolor, I think they'll be much, much better with um, acrylic. We'll have to try them when you come. Maybe that could be something we could do. We'll definitely go to Five Below. That's supposed to open soon. Okay, so I've got quite a few there. Maybe not as crowded. I want it to look really crowded with those leaves. And then I want some up here. Of course, if I start putting flowers in up here, I can always pull in a leaf after the fact. Dana, what are you up to? What are you working on these days? All right, let's flip my book around. Lori. Now she seems to be just painting her petals, you know, as she wants them, wherever. Ooh, we got stuff happening all over. I don't know if you can really see. See, like up in here, see, she's got, it goes quick. It's towards the end of this little reel. See how she's got like just little dabs of flowers, just little petals here and there, like up in the, what would be more like the sky area. So I'm going to attempt to do that now. If I can find my, okay, so I've got orange. I already put that here. Oh, ladies, I'm so sorry. I just had a mini avalanche. I set that on an unstable spot. Okay, let's get rid of that. All right, let's get some yellow and let's see what this plum looks like if I can. I haven't had an aloe plant, oh my gosh, since I was probably in my 20s. This may not, I'm so spoiled. My husband, oh my gosh. It's Jacqueline, are you here yet? Jacqueline took today off. She was hoping to be here. But she's got youngins, so she gets pulled away quite often. So I bought, and trying to eat healthier, you know, dark leafy vegetables, you know, all that jazz. So I went and I purchased, ShopRite had broccoli heads for $1 a pound. So I bought some broccoli. And then last night I thought, you know what? I feel like having some broccoli, some cream of broccoli, broccoli cheese, cheddar cheese soup, right? So I find a simple recipe, you know, you just saute your garlic. We have minced garlic in the fridge, got that out, sauteed that, a little good EVO, right? Dump in my broth, got that going, had already chopped up my little florets, covered it, got them cooking away. Okay, I've got that color, got that color. Oh, burgundy, this might be nice. And my broccoli's tender, took some of it out, put that in my blender, my little ninja thingy that I have. Got that all, put that back in the soup. I go to add my cheese, and it said to add half cup at a time, which I did. It wasn't boiling. I mean, the liquid, of course, was hot, but it wasn't boiling. And okay, this is cadmium yellow light. Let's see. My cheese got so seized up and got such a, I mean, you cannot believe the mess. I threw it all out. I threw it out. I took, oh boy, that's running. I took a little bit of broth and had that, ate that, but I threw the rest of it out. I mean, I don't know why I bother. I absolutely cannot cook anymore. It's just not good. That's all I can say. It's just not good. I can't stop that to where I can see. All right, so I'm just going to take my little, yeah, it was pre-shredded, and it should have just dissolved, but it kept, and then I put a whisk in there. Oh, you can't believe the mess I had. I had such a mess. Okay, so I'm just going to try to get a little bit of paint. Now, these up here in this area, I don't want them to be full flowers. And again, I'm going to twirl my book because I'm more comfortable that way. That's my channel, and I'm going to do it the way I want. How's that for having a bad attitude? Okay. So I'm just going to make little, hopefully, little partial flowers that are going to be like little buds, right? Little buds. Just little buds. Okay, Laura, have a great day at work. I try to keep you are on my mind quite often, but I've just had so much on my plate, and hopefully I can get back to, messaging people when I'm thinking of them, instead of waiting and then it goes out of my brain. Okay, let's put a little one over there. You have a great day. You have a great day. She told me how old Cole is. I missed it. I have to go back and look. All right, let's put a little yellow one over here. That one doesn't look so good. Yeah, you can see I left some of that orange on my brush, which is fine. I've got this reel going, so every once in a while I can see what she's doing. And I'm just kind of winging it. I'm winging it. Oh, really? Well, maybe that would be. It didn't look like wood chips. Didn't look like anything. I mean, it was just an absolute mess. All right, so I've got a couple there. Let's put a couple here. These are not full flowers. I'm not wanting to do full flowers now. Hey, Beth, how are you? Beth has the best looking hands on YouTube. Beth, your hands are just so pretty. Okay, this is really... I'm trying to stick with the gouache. I mean, I would think you could do this with acrylic, right? You just don't want it to be too watery because then it'll soak. Same with the watercolor paints, I would think, because you don't want it to soak into your... Yes, even the ones that claim to be real cheese do this. Well, whatever I did, it wasn't good. It was not good. Okay, let's put a little smaller. I'm just filling in really kind of like the background flowers, just little buds, just partially open or half dead, whatever, when they start to... I got that sticky stuff from the that's in the tubes of gouache. Now I'm going to have it all over that. That one kind of exploded on me. I've got it all over this handle of my brush. I need to get a little wipe out here. Ugh. Clean off my handle. See if that's a little better. See, I got it all over me. All right, let's see. Let's try some of these pinks. I'm leaving a little bit of that white on my brush. Still feels really sticky. My broth might have been a little too hot. I did have the temperature down, and I did only put the cheese in, half of it and then half of it. But boy, I just had a mess. I mean, it was just really such a complete mess. So I keep telling my husband, the next time I say I'm going to cook something, remind me not to do it. Okay, so I still want to get some more leaves in here, I think. Like blades of grass that are a little wider. And I think I'm going to grab some of this green. Well, that's true. Extra fiber. I would think the trees have nice. I'm taking some of this yellow and trying to make a mellow yellow. That's not working so great. Let's take some of this thicker stuff. They call me mellow yellow. That's right. Okay, let's see. All right, so she's got some blades that come up and they go like this. I just put my finger in more wet paint. You used to paint in a book? I've been wanting to try this for a while. I've been thinking really, for a while, I really wanted to paint like on, maybe I don't need this so much now. Like dictionary pages. I would think it would be fun or look cool if you painted on dictionary pages. So let's try. So what I'm doing is I'm starting, yeah, time to finger paint. I'm trying to stay up on my brush. Not a lot of pressure. You can't see me, right? Not a lot of pressure. Up on the point of my brush and then press and then come back up thin. That kind of a thing. Okay. Now I'm going to use this number 3 to try to create a flower. Now I have difficulty. So I think what I want to do is make a little mark with my white. Just like a little dot to give me a guide so I know where I want to put my flower. So see, these have a big old bottom. I don't want a big old bottom. I want a little bottom. Everything I pull out doesn't have a little bottom. That's even too big. I don't have a... All right, so let's put a bigger flower there. And I'm going to put one here. And one here. And maybe one down here. I want to get rid of my big old bottom. Okay, so of course they're wet. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, what was this color? Some kind of a pinky, plum pink. And I'm going to mix that with some of this acrylic white. My gouache colors are not the best. I was doing like years ago, like toll painting type things. All right, so now I want to go around. Oh, maybe I should grab a little bit of that. I want to go around my dot and make really, much bigger flowers. See, I'm much better if I twirl my book. So she's going in from, well, you can't see, the reel. If you pull that reel up, she calls herself Art Edge. Hey, Devin, good morning. She goes from the outside edge in. And see, you can go over. You can keep going over your flower. Probably want to stay going in the same direction, though. Yeah, that's not looking so good, I don't think. Oh, thanks, Devin. I wish I had a really nice, you know what, let's do orange. I'm just loving this orange. Let's do an orange. That's one thing about in a wildflower garden. You've got all kinds of shapes and shades. All right, so I'm going to start here and pull out. Not enough paint. She's using much thicker. Hers is much, you know, same old story. If you have the right product and you have products that are in good shape, you know, you're going to have a better result. It's just how it is. That could really be bigger, huh? Of course, it depends on your brush. So that brush really isn't too bad. Let's get another size. Let's try. This is a number 5. This was a number 3. I'm going to try the number 5. Again, these aren't too stiff, but take that plastic thing off. Just soak it in water. Okay, Gail. Gotta run some errands? Okay. Have a great day. Be careful, and we'll see you again soon. Okay. Let's try an acrylic one, just a daisy. Let's see if we can get something that looks kind of like a daisy. Where's my black card? Here it is. Let's see how this, let's see what this size brush does. It's still kind of narrow. These brushes aren't too bad, really. It feels, they feel nice. Well, that's not too bad. Everybody's saying bye to Gail. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's see. Now, daisy petals are more long and skinny to me, so trying to make them longer and skinnier. This is one thing I notice about myself. I'm a little more try to be conformed and stay within the lines, and I think it shows in my painting. I mean, when this girl's doing her petals, she's going to town. She's just going. Now that's not looking more like, okay, so let's add a little yellow. And then I get myself in trouble, and then I really don't like it. All right, let's put a little. Let's start at the very beginning. Oh my goodness, I need an old. This might be better. Trying to dot that center. Well, I gotta say, most of the time, well, that's true too. Her videos is speeded up. That's a good point. But it still, it still wouldn't matter much to me. Okay, I'm going back to my stems. Let's see if I can pull some stems in here for the flowers I do have. And so when I try this again, I'm going to go to Five Below and I'm going to get a little tray of those. And they're just basic colors, but all right, these are just supposed to be little buds, but I want to pull little stems down. And this one needs a stem. Oh, that didn't turn out green at all. But I tell you, it really does give you an appreciation for people like Dee Dee and Kathy Arbor, that just sit down and say, yeah, just do it this way, and bloop, and there they have it. There she is. There's Jacqueline. Thank you, honey. Popping in a few little leaves here. This one, I want the leaves to maybe be a little bigger. I should use that bigger brush. Where's that number 3? And this kind of painting, remember, you want to make sure your brush is wet before you put it in your paint. You don't want a dry brush on this. And then do I have got, oh no, don't shut. Oh, look what I did, guys. Look. What a nut. Okay. I want to try one of these really small brushes. This is like a 5 zeros. So it's a little tiny one. A little itty bitty one. Can you see? You can see it. You see it down? No, you can't even see it. Look. Little. Okay, let's see. That one is gonna keep me awake tonight. I'm gonna put a little you know, the little green bud part that sticks to the bottom of the flower and then sticks to the stem. I don't know what you call it. Put one here. Thanks, Candy. I'm feeling a little anxious. Let's give this guy a stem. Can't really see it. Oh, here comes my puppy. Have you been napping, Jenny? I want to put little leaves on this one here. This is a bud here. Let's put a little throat there. Okay. Enjoy that time with your mama. Thanks for popping in, Devin. I appreciate it. You have a good day, honey. Okay, so let's put a little stem here. Okay. Let's put a little connector here. Get that stem in a little better. You're just kind of pressing those leaves in. Now, I wanted to do something like, no, maybe not on here. This little guy needs to look like he belongs to someone. I keep flipping back and forth with my different brushes. This is now the liner. Anyway, this is one thing I appreciate about Beth. But it's hard to do, you know, if you don't know how to do something and you see something you would like to do, but you're nervous about trying it. Beth just gets in there and she does it, you know, and she has fun, and she's got a lot of art in her books and they turn out great. She's inspiring other people. And it's not easy to do that, guys. It's not easy to do that at all. So if you see something, you see Beth do something, or me, or even Devin with the jelly plate, and you think, oh, I could never do that. Yeah, well, maybe not, but you could try, and it's going to turn out probably better than you realize that it might. And really, like I was saying earlier with my neighbor Betty, she's enjoying herself, you know, she's having a good time doing it. So really, that's what it's all about, right? Okay, so I think maybe it would be nice if I got a little dotting tool. I usually have one of those sitting right here, but oh, there's one. There's one. Hold on. I'm gonna put some more. I'm gonna put some of this red, I think, in this orange flower. Just some dots. kind of give that a little deeper throat. And I'm going to put some of that same dark around the bottom of this flower. That's really kind of drying up there on me, huh? Okay. And maybe a little bit. Maybe I'll water down a little bit of this burgundy and pop in some orange. That's another thing that Dee Dee does a lot, and especially like Kathy Arbor, they're mixing their colors. That's a whole nother world to me. A whole new world. All right, let me get some contrast in here. Doesn't look like a daisy, but looks like a flower. All right, so I'm going to hit this with my heat tool. I just, I like the whole look of it, really, kind of, Thanks, Teresa. I need some little dots. Some little flower centers here. Now, I'm just wondering, I wonder how much different this would look if I tried it with, that's not working. The paint is not loose enough to get on my dabber, on my daughter. On my daughter. There's this guy called Shane Burke, I think is his name. And he comes up on, thanks, Candy. He comes up on YouTube. The algorithm for whatever you watch, you get the same kind of stuff, right? That comes up. I'm just going to put little centers in there or try. I think his name's Shane Burke, and he draws. His thing is drawing. And my granddaughter, she's 9. She loves to draw. And she doesn't have her own phone yet. She's too young for that. So I send these little reels to my daughter and say, this is for Charlotte. And I sent one the other day. He was drawing. What the heck was he drawing? Oh, it was just like looked like a little pond, and then he had evergreens behind it. Then he did some shadows, and then it just looked like it was sitting up on the top of a flat rock, like a mountain. Oh, you did, Candy? Oh my. Woohoo! Happy holidays. Happy birthday. Happy Thursday. That's cool. Do you remember buying them? All right, so I'm going to hit this with my heat tool so I can close the book and go to a different page. Now, she has all different, I'm saying it's a she because the hands look like a girl to me. And I've got this, oh my gosh, I was supposed to send my husband a list. Excuse me, I got to do this real quick, girls. What did I want? I want, what else did I want? I wanted cottage cheese. Yeah, right, jackpot. Liquid egg white. What else did I want? I wanted something else at the store. Oh, shoot. Hmm. I don't know that I have any. I might have one tube of some kind of Liquitex. I'm pretty sure it's not. Do you have any good colors, Candy? See, my colors, I don't think don't lend themselves too much. Hey, baby. To wildflowers. All right, let me get my heat tool. I'm yabba dabba doing here. Yabba dabba doing. Now, if this is in a journal and you're going to do an altered book like this and use this book eventually as a journal, you could write a sentiment in there. You could stick some words, calligraphy, add a couple stickers. You could do gouache or not gouache. What's that other stuff we use? The white stuff. Somebody help me! Somebody help me! Oh, you're going to the pyro? Okay, drive careful, Candy. I have a big tub of it. It's like white paint, but it gives tooth to the paper, and it's called gesso. You could do gesso over there, so this page could just be for journaling. See, now when I close this book, close this page, thanks, Jacqueline, and then come back to it tomorrow, it's going to look even more swell tomorrow, I think. Okay, she does. Oh, that's what I was starting to do before my hubby. Oh, look, my battery's almost dead. Let's go back to here. All right, let's go there where all her stuff is. I think. No. Um, Lori. See, here's one she's doing all in blues. I think she said she had some purple there. See, this one she's not putting the background. She's just doing a double spread, and really now look how good that looks. And it's not, the flowers aren't that great. Look, she's just using a flat. Let's do it. Let's try it. So she's got maybe 4 or 5 flowers there. Okay, this is pretty dry. So she's doing a double. I don't really have blue. So what other color? What other color can we do here? Ba, 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 ba. I'm sure my dog probably has to go out. Try to clip this where it's gonna stay. Boy, those Herc wash. I'll have to see if I can get a look at that label better. Okay, so I should have another clip down here. Wouldn't that be nice? Do. Oh, maybe I wonder if magnets will work. Okay, that might work. See if that gets in my way. Small jars. Yeah, that could be good though. That could be good. That's what she's got. Small jars. This here art edge lady. All right, she's got a nice dark blue. Boy, I'm liking that dark blue. Ba -ba -bum 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 -bum. I mean, I wonder how much difference, well, it would be a little different. I don't have anything to make blue. Blue. Let me do orange. I'm kind of liking the orange. 12 nice colors. Oh, candy. You're making, hey, there's Carol. Hi, Carol. Just stopping in to say hi. She's going to give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Everybody's running errands today. It's a good errand day. Okay, let's see. I ask questions and then I don't look for the answers. All right, so I've got this orange and I like that. And I like this burgundy I have. So sometimes I think I'm afraid and I don't do use as big a brush as I should. So I'm just trying to pay attention to what she's doing. 1, 2, 3. So she kind of just goes 1, 2, 3, like that. And then she kind of just kind of goes maybe up this way to the center of the flower. Maybe not that severe. Let's get that burgundy again. Oh, my battery's dying. So now I've got to switch my phone over to the other side so I can get a little juice. All right, so she has a flower there, and then she put one over here. Just very carefree, it looks like. See, and mine still look. I'm using a big old brush. This brush is gotta be, it's a 12. I thought it was an 8. See, it's a 12. All right, so here, I'm trying to make this one really big. Do 5 petals. And then she's got another one down here. I do like to do the odd amount of flowers. She's only got 4 on her page. Kind of go like that. And then I'll do like a little, maybe a little bud over here. And then she goes into her second color and she kind of looks like she's just kind of mixing as she goes. Maybe I should rinse because I'm getting too much of the dark. I need more of this brighter. So we have a good contrast. And she's picking up a little bit of that burgundy. I mean, her darker blue. Let's get a little yellow in there. Trying to notice what she's doing different that I'm just not getting. She's using a lot more paint. Of course, her paints are juicier because they're new out of the box. Hmm. I think I'm going to need some white. I definitely need whitewash. It is called the Golden Mean. Odd numbers are better composition. Yeah. Oh, is that what it's called? The Golden Mean? She might be using a different brush on this second. Or maybe she's using the side. Jenny, if you have to go out, you have to bark. You have to tell us you have to bark. You want to go out. This kind of remind me of maybe a little bit of a geranium. I know what she does for the center of that one. Oh, she kind of brings petals up like this. Hmm. So really, you could go and get a book from a yard sale, a library. Sometimes your libraries have books that are just sitting for, 25 cents or something like that. Or maybe you know somebody who reads and's got a lot of books sitting around, a book you don't so much care about. It could be even a paperback, really, I think. This dog's right under my legs, tickling my legs. And just start painting the pages. Just have fun. Okay, so I need a stem here. Oh, she's got a bud going out the top here. That looks darling. That's too thick. Let's go over this way with some leaves. Put a bud maybe here. Let's go up this way. Now I'm getting carried away. This is what I'm trying to be more carried away, but and then she's making interesting leaves with the side of her flat. She's just going like that, I think. Okay, thank you, Carol. Hey, Ray D, how are you? Nice to see you. All right, let's get some of that brighter green in here too. Let's see. Let's move this. Oh, that's my magnet holding my page down. All right, so she just is going like that. Oh, she's just kind of, I wonder if there's a way to slow down. I guess not. Once they have the reel, you can't really go in and slow that down, I guess. Grab a little bit of white there. I'm going to put a bud on the end there. I'm not even looking at the time, guys. What time are we at? Oh, not too bad. Okay. Hey, that's making a pretty cute, that's making a pretty cute leaf. That's not too bad. And then let's get this number 3 now. Let's get the number 5. Let's get the number 5. And then grab this other palette. Now this is, we've got to reconstitute this a little. I'm going to put one over here too. This might take a while to dry. Boy, I got that really thick. Oh, that's a thin flat. I didn't know I had that sitting there. Let's see. Oh, let's put that out of my hand. Okay. I'm just trying to see. Her leaves are definitely different, but that's okay. She kind of pulling a thin line out of them. Yeah, I wasn't sure that this squash would really reconstitute like it says it does, but it does. So that's cool. I didn't give that guy any leaves there. I keep putting my brush back in the water. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. Feel a little better about them than I did initially. See, I have a hard time once, like, see, hers are in blue, so I have a hard time seeing and appreciating a different color when hers looks so good in blue. So that's another page. So I think I can leave that done. And then, you know, as a journal, I could come in here with some gesso and you could journal or add a couple of things there. Anybody have any other ideas I could add? Maybe some dots. Dots would be nice. Okay, I'm going to use my heat tool. So if you're on Instagram, if you're okay with being on that platform, Art Edge, ARTEDG, and she's got several little reels where she's painting different flowers like this. So have a look. I think she's very inspiring. Very inspiring. And if you do, and thanks, Candy. And if you do anything like this, you know, shoot me a picture. I would love to see if you're doing anything like this. You know, misery loves company, as they say. I got room here to put stuff. I feel like Teresa is going to try that. And I think you can use, Candy, what do you think? Candy's on her way to the chiropractor. She might not be able to talk. Um, I think you can use acrylic paint because this gal uses the block probably for a couple of reasons. Because it's flat, it's got that chalkier look, it's opaque versus your watercolor, which is translucent. and you can reconstitute it, you know? So, all right. So I think my time today is done. I need to get my puppy outside, and I thank you all for joining me. Thanks for taking the time to hang out. If you have any questions, of course, put it in, once this uploads, put it in the comment section. I'll get back to you for sure. If I don't, then I haven't seen it. So, um, you can use either, but I would recommend the gouache. Okay. And Candy is an art teacher, so she knows. So take that as good advice. Okay. All right. It's so nice to see you and hang out. Working towards getting back to my regular routine. It's all good. So I hope to see you Sunday at 10 Eastern. Thanks, Ray. You do the same. And I'm hoping to have on fingernails by then, so I feel more like myself. Maybe I'll have a few more pages in this book done. This is growing on me. This is really growing on me here. So now I'm going to be, looking at gouache paints and how much they cost. If I had a car, Ron's out in the car, so if I had a car, I should ask him if he's near a Five Below. Anyway, thanks for joining me, girls. Don't forget to, if you haven't joined my channel, if you would subscribe, share, and like, that would be great. It was great seeing Laura today. We had fabulous news from our dear Judy, which is just wonderful. And I hope to see you all Sunday, Lord willing. And don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.